Hey, what's up, guys? Today I have a special treat for you guys. This is a game that I was developing on my own back in 2016 and pretty much stopped, I think, early 2017 or even late 2016. This is a game that I written in this program called Multimedia Fusion. And at the time I was heavily into like Dark Souls type games. So very difficult, very hard, where you need to play multiple times, be careful each step you take. But like I said, this is a game that I stopped developing back in, let's just say 2016. The game's not even complete. Most music is not in place except for a few areas. Sound effects were not like fully fleshed out, but I thought this would be a nice treat. And I was cleaning out my computer, and it's the reason why I came across this. I thought it would be a really cool experience to open this project back up, especially with like Elden Ring just right around the corner. I believe it comes out this Friday, so the time of this recording is on February 21st. But I wanted to incorporate, like when you purchase stuff from merchants, lore, like background lore in the game, so that way the game doesn't tell you directly, hey, this is the background. You kind of have to piece it yourself together. And this is one of the reasons I really loved Dark Souls to begin with, was you're thrown in this mysterious world, and at the same time you were propelling yourself forward. Like, you want to figure out what's going on, what are these key items. So I'm a one-person team. I believe I purchased this artwork from a graphic designer. He sold packages in like 8-bit style, 1-bit style. I think that was just kind of like a monochrome black white, 16-bit, so it just depended. And at the time my budget was, hey, I'm a one-person team, I don't have time to really do 3D work, although I did within like Unity while I was in school. But when I look back at my core games that I really enjoyed, they were always platformers, and especially like the Metroidvania. Retrospectively looking back at this game, I kind of wish I incorporated a map system, just like you'll see in like Super Metroid and like other games. I don't know at the time if I knew how to do that, or it was in development and I never got that far. What you're seeing me is actually playing the game itself, and I have an Xbox controller hooked up. I did try it with just a mouse and keyboard, or just the keyboard itself, because all the keys are on the keyboard. I was not successful at all. I died a couple times, and I was like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna just plug in my controller and then see how far I can get before dying. And this is actual raw gameplay. I think the last time I picked this game up in terms of testing it, it had to be early 2017, just because where I was working at the time. The job wasn't as stressful, so it afforded me, I could still dedicate time to my hobbies after work. And the more and more, like I'm watching this video as I'm speaking, so this is totally unscripted. I typically script all my work just to make sure I cover all my main points. And I kind of feel like I want this to be like my passion project again, something that I could dedicate a couple hours a week and hopefully build out. So I do have a couple Xbox One dev kits, because at the time, Xbox One was out, PS4. I did get the dev kits for the Xbox, and that was mostly because it was for free. I didn't have a large budget, and this was just a passion of mine, where I had other obligations, but at the same time, hey, why not try to develop for the Xbox? So Microsoft did send me a couple units. I remember when I hooked this up to my Xbox, and one of the challenges I had was not getting this game to run smoothly on the Xbox. And it sounds super weird because this is, the graphics look super old, but the way I written this was not really as efficient as it should be. There's a lot of calculations going on in the background. We could see like the snowfall. So it was just a lot of objects, and as weird as this sounds, the Xbox just could not handle it. I began rewriting this program from the ground up at the time, and that's pretty much where I stopped with this program. After that, I got into something a lot simpler, because with this game you could see there's multiple items you could pick up. Like for example, there's like the power glove, which is really influential from like Zelda, for example. You know, you have a pendant of light, you have a health bar in Doom, or in the original Doom, like your little avatar, when you sustain enough damage, your mascot face begins to show it. You know, first your guy looks clean cut, eventually he starts bleeding, he can barely open his eye. So that's what I was incorporating here as well. So a lot of these pieces that I was influenced in the past, I was trying to put it all into this game. And back then, like I said, I was not that advanced like a developer. I didn't have time to really own my skills. It was mostly just kind of figuring things out as I go. But as I worked on additional projects, and one game that I released too, it was called like Codename Origin. I really wanted to put it on the Xbox. I never got past the phase of final testing and debugging. So I just threw it on Steam and I kind of left it at that. And it was never something to make money. It was more like, hey, this is my passion project. I took a lot of pride in it and I just wanted to release it. Now that I'm watching this video, especially with this game, I really want to rebuild it again. This way it could run more efficiently, probably add in more functionality, and just take it from there. I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in your comments below, and then hey, let's talk about it. Well, this is Andrew, and I'll catch you at the next video.